Hi students, welcome back. Now coming to the another concept, that is this keyword. So this is one of the important concept in Java programming language, just like a static keyword. So there is a lot of confusion to the students. So when to use this keyword, and when the compiler itself is implicitly is mentioning this keyword, and when the compiler is explicitly means we have to mention explicitly. Now let's see. This keyword, it is nothing but it is an object reference or reference object. We used to call it as an object reference. Object. If you want to refer something, then only you will use this, right? This is a paper. I have to mention. This is the pen. Okay. So if I'm mentioning something that is an object, I'm mentioning a object, then this keyword is going to be used, right? So just like in the Java programming, if you this keyword is called as an object reference or reference object because it refers an object. Why we are calling it as an object reference and reference of a variable? Object reference or reference variable because it referring an object. So it always refers the current object. Note down. It always refers the current object. So where implicitly it is going to mention the current object. It always refers. This dot means the current object, whatever it is there, that is going to be referred by this keyword. So there is no confusion, students. So it's a simple thing. This keyword is called as an object reference or reference variable. It's a reference variable. Okay, if you want to refer something, if you want to refer an object, we use this keyword, simply that. It always refers current object. So when to use implicitly and when it is explicitly, user has to mention. It is implicitly present in instance method. Whatever the instance method I have declared, suppose a void display. So within the function, if okay, void display, it's an instance method. So in this method, if I'm just calling system.out.println some value like x something I'm printing, okay. So int x is equal to some 20. So this is a class of sample. So in the class sample, an instance variable is created. If I want to access this, first if you want to allocate a memory to this variable, first object has to be created and then call the display function. So this is instance method. This here, this x is nothing but this dot x. It refers the current object. The current object is going to be printed. So it is implicitly present in instance method, initialization blocks and the constructors. Just remember these terms. Instance method, initialization blocks and in the constructors, this implicitly present. So I'll explain about the constructor in the next video. So don't get confused here. So this keyword, you are no need to mention there. While you're working on instance method, while you're working on initialization blocks, while you're working on constructor, this keyword is implicitly present. The compiler will see that object is an object reference. Okay, it's implicitly present. So when to use explicitly? It is explicitly required whenever both instance variable and the local variable names are same. So in the instance variable, here the instance variable int x is equal to 20. Here if you mention the local variable int x is equal to 20, here it's a 5, it's a 10, but the variable name is the same. Whenever the instance variable and the local variable names are same, you have to mention this keyword explicitly because the compiler has to know, right? So what is an instant, what variable value I have to be printed, that it has to know. So if you want to print the instance variable, then you need to mention this dot x. If you want to print the local variable, directly take it as print x, system.out.println x. So it takes the whatever the local variable is there, that it is taking. So if you mention this dot x explicitly, then the compiler will take the current object, that is an instance variable object, and it is going to be printed that value. Okay. So we will see an example, then you will get a complete clarity on what is this keyword.